Welcome to my new video that is a gameplay in the Panther A. I actually started the game with the Tiger E, but I was immediately destroyed and already lost a few important spawn points for the Nuke as a result. This made it unnecessarily difficult for me at the end of the match and I had to really force the Nuke. But more about that later in the video. Let's start as always. What is my BPM? The initial spawn cost of my tank tell me that this match is a full up tier match. In addition, the Nuke is also an indicator since you can only get it in matches starting at 6.7. P stands for purpose of my tank. The Panther A is a medium tank and I have to play it as support. The Panther A's gun is powerful and can do a lot of damage even in full up tier matches. So I don't want to sit in the back of the map but help my team from the second row. M stands for map. The map we got is Alaska with battle. The town is very winding and I can use the streets to my advantage. And the game mode gives me enough time to get the spawn points for the Nuke. In my guide for the Panther A, I also recommend to pick your fights and push enemies that have to aim for your weak spots while you can just point and click them back to the spawn screen. This enemy in the T-3485 had an amazing chance to destroy my tank, but somehow he missed. When I move to the center of the city on the Alaska map, I avoid the streets to my left and right, as these are more likely to be the routes for teammates that can brawl. Doing so, I push towards the enemy's capture point. In this situation I play very aggressively, and I can't really recommend that. I am even first on the front line and in up tier matches this only turns out well in the rarest of cases. I think the winding roads and that it was already a bit later in the match helped me. So I decide to wait for my teammates to catch up again so that we can maintain a proper front line. The Tiger 2H tanks have a full down tier match and should brawl while I play as support, and flank or help from the second row. Another helpful tip: don't stand near a bomb. We've all smiled at this War Thunder tip before, but there's some truth to it. Always remember that you should avoid forming large groups that make it easy for enemy planes to destroy multiple tanks with one bomb. And now you can see how the Tiger 2H attracts the attention, and I can support him from the second row. While I have to reload, I drive forward and protect myself by the help of the destroyed tank. With the help of headphones, I can detect an enemy to my right but also to my left. In this situation I decide to stay put and let the enemy drive in my line of fire. The Panther's gun is very wobbly and it is difficult to shoot at the enemy when you are on the move. On my search for another enemy I made the same mistake as prior. Again I was the first tank at the front line. In addition I placed myself in the open field. Yes, I made sure not to encounter the enemy from the front, but the only cover I have is the building to my left. I also don't have any escape route, and when I miss my shot this most certainly means that my tank will get destroyed. I was able to critically damage the enemy, but he also used the destroyed tank as cover quite well. In the end I was too greedy and didn't manage to destroy the transmission, or at least the track of the enemy. But it wasn't the Type 75 that destroyed me. Behind my back there was the enemy I heard earlier to my right. At the moment I have around 2200 spawn points, and so I decide to pick a cheap vehicle to save points. I was lucky that the enemy decided to jump into a big slow plane and give me the perfect opportunity to get some more spawn points for the Nuke. That kill leaves me with 2410 points. I stayed put for quite a while because I didn't want to risk the Nuke. I hoped that one of my teammates would destroy the Type 75 I damaged earlier, but that didn't happen, so I had to look for it myself. This kill finally got me the rest of the points. I leave you now to enjoy the Nuke drop and hope you enjoyed the video. Attention! I will increase the volume now for the cinematic effect.